been hit with the famous last question on the Audio Punch. This is Daniel C. Morrison of the Audio Punch with episode 2 of the famous last question. Now, if you saw the last episode, you would have heard the question I asked Joey of A New Revolution, which was, if 3 babies fell from the sky and you suddenly had a superpower to save them, what power would it be? Which of your songs would set the mood for the scene? And at what time would you think that it was really odd that 3 babies suddenly fell out of the sky? And some of you have answered. So like I said, I would pick some to read. And I've got one here from Marie Dispinette who says, my superpower would be probably teleporting. I would be playing the Great American Hero TV series intro. I remember that. I can see this happening around dawn. All right, teleporting to save the babies. If you would like to tell me how you would save a baby falling out of the sky and what power you would have, check out the previous video and give me an answer there. At the end of the episode, I also asked another question just for the viewers. And that question was, you are at a futuristic zoo and there was a hybrid animal of a combination of 2 animals, which happen to be what you think your power totem animals were, and what power it would give you, and what solution, because the power you gave would be specific to solve a problem or give a solution to something crazy like cancer or, I don't know, anything. So I've got one here I want to read for you from Carter Dispinette. Thank you, Carter. Carter says, cat and snapping turtle would be his 2 combination animals. The power to read emotions and the solution to relationship miscommunication and problem. Oh man, that is excellent. That is excellent. In this episode, I've got another famous last question specifically for your viewers. But before we get to that, I'm pulling the archives section out for Emma of Sick Puppies. She was so impressed with this question that, 8 or 9 months later around Christmas, when she was interviewed by another outlet, they asked her if she ever had any odd questions that she remembers being asked, and she remembered this question. And hopefully I'll get to talk to her in the near future to catch up on what she's been into, see if she remembers that question and how she would answer it this time. But I'm going to play for you that clip, and remember, after you hear me ask the question, you pause it, answer in the comments, and then unpause it to hear what she said, and I'll read some of your all's answers in the next episode. But here we go.
Let's say your bass could transform into 2 different valuable things just by you playing 2 specific songs. So, okay. What 2 songs would you play? What would the bass transform into? And do you think Michael Bay would be jealous?
All right, now pause the video and let's see what you have to say.
Yes, Michael Bay would be jealous because that's incredibly out of this world. If you could actually do that, I would play "You're Going Down," and it would transform into a car. It would transform into a black Maserati. I would play "Odd One," and it would turn into a house with a white picket fence.
I'm looking forward to what you have to say on that question, and now I get to make up one just for you. So, let's say you were inside a poster. I don't even know how the frick you got there, but you're inside a poster. And in that poster, you have one of your favorite deceased artists or celebrities or even a family member there with you. And together, you get to say your favorite positive affirmation, and that would bring you out of the poster. So, who is with you in the poster, what is the affirmation, and what song would best represent this situation of anyone. So that's your famous last question. Answer it in the comments. I will find some, read them, and present them in the next episode. Until then, do whatever it is that makes you feel good without killing anybody or setting somebody on fire or killing yourself or, getting infected or diseases. And, that should probably stop right there.